What is up, noobs and noobettes? Charles or Atingleee here, and welcome back to another video. Today guys, I'm going to be giving you my best tips on how to unlock gold/diamond launchers as quickly as possible. Launchers are definitely the hardest class of weapons to get gold in this game, and wow, the Howitzer fucking sucks. But basically, I'm going to walk you guys through the challenges themselves, give you my individual tips for each set of challenges, and then at the end, going to give you just my overall tips just to help you speed up the process for yourself. So yeah, man, without further ado, let's jump into the challenges. Okay, so the first two launches, most of the challenges are the same, so we'll start off with them. So firstly, you have to destroy 20 score streaks and then destroy 45,000 points worth of score streaks. Destroy 20 score streaks without locking on. I think for the P-Law, you have to get 5 double kills. And then after that, you gotta get 25 kills with this weapon, and it's 50 kills with the P-Law. And then you have to kill 2 score streaks within a short period of time, destroy 3 score streaks in a single match 10 times, and then destroy a score streak and kill an enemy in the same life 10 times. Doing all that will get you gold, and then getting gold on all the launches will get you diamond. Let's move on to the Howitzer's camo challenges real quick, just because they're mostly different if I remember correctly. So you have to get 200 kills first of all, then you need 160 direct impact kills. Fuck you, I hate that challenge. Then you need to get 2 rapid kills 5 times, kill 50 enemies while you have no primary weapon, destroy 15 score streaks, kill 30 enemies from long range, use this weapon to kill 3 enemies without dying 20 times, and then that'll get you gold for the weapon. Either way, let's jump straight into my specific tips for each of these challenges. Okay, let's get it started with destroy 20 streaks. So this is going to happen naturally guys, and it really shouldn't take you too long to do, but my biggest tip for this is to equip the engineer perk. This will allow you to locate those streaks in the sky a lot easier and a lot quicker, and it'll make sure you're killing them before your teammates steal them off you. Also, you want to make sure you're playing objective modes. You earn a lot of score from objectives in objective modes, and so the enemy will be getting a lot more kill streaks, and this will just make your life a lot easier. Whenever you hear that an enemy streak is up in the air, whip out your fucking launcher and then shoot that bad boy down. Next, we have destroy 45,000 points worth of streaks. Again, this is going to happen naturally, and you definitely want to stick to objective game modes, guys. You'll have a lot of UAV spam in these game modes, and you'll also have a lot of other score streaks that are called in. So it'll just make your life a lot easier, and it'll make things go by a lot quicker. Next, we have destroyed 20 score streaks without locking on, and this is with the first launcher. Basically, what you want to do is aim down sight, lead the target, and then stop aiming and then shoot. This will make it a lot easier for you to trace the path of the score streak, and once you get used to how far you need to lead the score streak by, this will become a lot easier for you. Next, we have get 2 rapid kills 5 times. Basically, what you want to do is run around with the launcher as if it's your primary weapon. Also, you want to stick near objectives so you get into a lot more gunfights. And yeah guys, just keep running around, keep trying to flank people, and you'll get those double kills in no time. Okay, now get 25 or 50 kills with the launcher. Again, you want to run around with it as if it's your primary weapon. This will mean you're using it in more gun battles, and it'll also mean that you'll get these kills quicker. I would highly recommend playing objective game modes just because you can kind of predict where the enemies are. But if you're struggling to get kills with this thing, or if you're getting a lot of hit markers, I would highly recommend playing hardcore team deathmatch. This made it a lot easier for me. It means you never get hit markers. You either kill the enemy or you don't. And it'll just mean you'll get those kills quicker and make it a lot easier for you. Next is kill 2 score streaks within a short period of time. When I was doing the P-Law, it required 2 shots to a UAV, but now it requires 1. Basically, it meant I had to shoot 1 bullet into one of the UAVs, jump off the map so I can get my bullets again, and then use the remaining 3 to kill the score streaks again. One big tip I can give you for this, guys, is to wait a bit, man. When a score streak gets caught in, wait about 20 seconds. This gives time for a second score streak to be caught in, and if it does, fucking awesome. Start killing those bad boys. Make sure you shoot that first score streak that was caught in before it goes away. And yeah, man, you should be able to do these pretty easily, and make sure you're sticking to those objective game modes again. Alrighty, next up we have destroy 3 score streaks in a single game 10 times. This should be pretty easy, guys. UAV spam is everywhere. You should be able to do this in any game mode, as long as you're not completely destroying the other team or one of your teammates isn't stealing your score streak kills. You should be able to do this in no time. It should literally take you exactly 10 games, and yeah, man. And next we have destroy a score streak and kill an enemy in the same life 10 times. As soon as you kill that UAV or whatever score streak it is you kill, just run around with the launcher as if it's your primary weapon. Stick near areas where you'll get into more gun engagements, and odds are you'll end up killing an enemy and should be able to complete this challenge pretty easily. Okay, let's move on to the challenges for the fucking worst launcher ever, man. Honestly, this gun was so hard to get gold, guys. You need to understand this, but either way, let's get straight into its challenges. Firstly, we have 160 direct impact kills. This is a fucking joke, man. This is definitely the most time-consuming weapon challenge I've had to do so far. But the best tips I can give you guys is just do your best to flank the enemy. You want to use rigs that allow you to pretty much get behind enemies easier. So things like phase shift, pulsar, or active camo. This will allow you to sneak behind people, or at least know exactly where they are, so you can plan your mode of attack. And yeah, man, you just want to do your best to get behind players as often as possible. Make sure you're aiming directly at them and get that direct impact kill, guys. Honestly, this challenge is fucking ridiculous, and I feel sorry for all of you that have to do it. Next up, we have kill 50 enemies with no primary weapon. This is the one and only challenge the Howitzer has that isn't completely ridiculous. But yeah, pretty much make sure you don't have a primary weapon, guys. I would highly recommend playing hardcore team deathmatch for this. You won't be versing really good players. And also the Howitzer's blast radius is a joke. If you don't tag the enemy within half a meter of them, it pretty much won't hit them. So definitely play hardcore. You'll get a lot less hit markers, and it'll just make this challenge a lot easier for you. Next is destroy 15 score streaks. This may not seem that bad, guys, but believe me, it is one of the worst challenges for this weapon, and here's why. So firstly, you can only kill a select few score streaks with the Howitzer. These are the Scarab, Drone Package, Vulture, Shock Sentry, and Warden. Now here's why it fucking sucks. Firstly, these score streaks don't get caught in that often, man. Maybe the Warden, maybe sometimes the Scarab and Drone Package, but the other two, definitely not that often. And even with the Vulture, it's flying around anyway, so unless it's like right next to a wall and you pretty much hit it with the blast radius, you're not killing that thing. Also, Scarab and Drone Package, it's all a fucking game of luck, man. You have to like pretty much scramble as soon as they call in those score streaks and hope to God you can get to it in time before it either kills someone else or drops the care package in. So that's all a game of luck. Also with the Warden, this is not too bad, but I would highly recommend using an LMG to pretty much put in the entire clip and then another half clip into the Warden. And then after that, you only have to put in 2 or 3 shots with the Howitzer. Whereas if you're doing it completely with the Howitzer, it'll take you 13 to 15 shots. So that's just going to take ridiculously long. Also, guys, you want to make sure you're using Engineer and Blind Eye. Engineer will let you see exactly where those little fuckers are and you'll be able to pretty much chase them down a lot easier and hopefully kill them. And Blind Eye will let you put those bullets into the Warden without it fucking killing you like 20 times before you eventually kill it. But yeah, guys, that was pretty much the last challenge I finished, and it was because literally people weren't earning it or I wasn't able to find them, man. It's so hard to get lucky enough to kill one of these score streaks. And basically what you want to do is do another weapons camo challenges, man. Just have the Howitzer on your back and have Engineer equipped, and when you hear that an enemy is using one of those score streaks, whip that bad boy out, fucking scramble, run around the map, try to find that motherfucker and kill it as quickly as you can. And next up, we have kill 30 enemies from long range. Getting long range kills with this thing isn't the hardest thing in the world, guys, but having to get 30 of them just takes a long time. And basically what you want to do is you want to find high traffic areas and kind of measure out the distance you need and kind of get a feel for the arc of the grenade launcher. And pretty much whenever you see an enemy run out, you just want to shoot that bad boy and hope it kills them. And again, you want to play hardcore team deathmatch because it's hard enough killing people with this thing. You don't want to do those long range shots and just keep getting hit markers. So play hardcore team deathmatch and make it a lot easier on yourself. Last but not least, we have kill 3 enemies without dying 20 times. Again, not the hardest thing in the world, but you need to remember you only get 3 bullets with this thing. So you need to tag and kill all 3 enemies with your first shot. One big tip I can give for this, guys, is to use rewind from the synaptic rig, as when you do rewind, you'll pretty much reload all 3 bullets. So this means you don't constantly have to get a kill with every single bullet. So if you miss one, make sure you stay alive, hit that rewind, you'll get another 3, and it'll just make it a lot easier for you and increase the chances of you getting that 3 kill streak. And that's it, guys. Completing all those challenges will get you this gold camo. Alrighty, let's move on to my tips to help you speed up the overall process. So firstly, when trying to get kills with the launcher, you definitely want to play hardcore, guys. This will mean you're never getting hit markers and it'll just make it a lot easier for you to get those kills. Also, I know it's cheap, but you want to use portable radar. This will just help you locate the enemies a lot easier and make it a lot quicker for you. And my last tip for this is to stay as high as possible on the map. Always war run high up on the wall, always float around corners, as it's a lot easier to shoot down at an enemy as opposed to trying to shoot towards their legs and hope that the bullet is going to hit. Next, and I definitely had to do this, if you're a good player or even an above average player, you want to do your best to not just destroy the other team. This will mean that they'll go on more score streaks more often and it'll just make your life a whole lot easier. Honestly guys, there was a lot of matches where I was literally just running around the map, shooting up in the sky, waiting for them to kill me in the hopes for them to just earn more score streaks, because when I'm playing normally, I get a lot of kills and it just makes it harder for them to get their score streaks. I must say my KD dropped a lot doing these launches. It dropped from a 2.6 to a 2.1, which is a fucking joke, but who gives a shit, I guess. But yeah, it fucking sucked, man. You definitely die a lot trying to get these camo challenges, and if you're expecting not to die much, you're going to be very disappointed. Next, and this is probably one of my biggest tip, guys, if you have the engineer perk unlocked, equip that motherfucker. It'll make your life so much easier. It'll not only show the score streak on the minimap, but it'll also highlight it in red. It'll make it easier for you to locate that motherfucker and destroy it. And yeah, man, it'll just save you a lot of time. Also, you want to make sure you're listening to the AI in the game, as they'll let you know whenever a score streak is caught in. As soon as you hear that bitch talk, fucking look up at the sky or locate that score streak and destroy that shit. And next I wanted to mention that you need to choose your rig wisely. You definitely want to choose rigs that allow you to go invisible or pretty much be hidden from the enemy, as this will allow you to flank them a lot easier and complete those harder challenges, especially the Howitzer 160 direct impact kills. Fuck that challenge, man. Fuck! Also, as I mentioned earlier, guys, when it comes to destroying score streaks, you definitely want to stick to objective game modes like Kill Confirmed or Domination. In these game modes, the enemies are getting a lot of score from the objectives themselves, and it'll mean they're going to be earning a lot more score streaks, and it'll just allow you to destroy more each game and just speed up the overall process for yourself. Try your best to get into lobbies with a lot of good players, guys, as this will mean they're going to earn a lot more score streaks. And also make sure you're using rewind, as when you run out of ammo, you can activate that bitch, get all your ammo back and destroy more of those motherfuckers. Now my last and final tip, and I usually say this in all of these kinds of videos, but make sure you're having fun. Actually, scratch that, guys. You will not have fun completing these challenges whatsoever. I don't care who you are or how good you are. These challenges fucking suck. Look, I'll admit the first two launches aren't that bad, but the Howitzer is by far the worst weapon I've ever had to complete in my life, and you're gonna feel the exact same way. You're gonna hate this weapon so much. You're gonna think you're almost done with this thing and you're like 10% of the way through. I fucking hate it with a passion, man. It makes me want to cry, hurts my heart, gives me anxiety, everything. Fuck that weapon. But yeah, man, I'm sorry guys, you're not going to enjoy yourself. You're going to have to stick it out. It really is a tedious process. It's going to last for ages. But if you're really keen to get those diamond camos and eventually solar, you're going to have to push through and just soldier on, man. That's what I did, and I'm so fucking glad I finally finished it, man. I almost cried tears of joy when I finally finished that Howitzer, and yeah, man, I'm so relieved that I'm fucking finally done with this piece of shit. And that's it, guys. Hopefully these tips can help you like they helped me. If you're new to this channel and you found this video useful, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. Always like seeing those like numbers increase. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for this vid. If you have a specific class of weapons you want me to do in the next video, make sure you let me know ASAP before I start creating that thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this vid, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll catch you all in the next one. Until next time. Peace out, noobs.